The Stranger I Met Episode 12. The Bitter Taste of Marriage. Written by Eberichukwu. James had planned to abandon Gift in the street because she was alleged to be pregnant, and Jane was already trying to find out everything possible about the child before returning her to her parents. James secretly aborted the pregnancy, leaving Gift devastated. She was in excruciating pain and bleeding profusely when he dragged her back to their family house. Sensing danger, that the girl might die in his hands, James quickly dropped Gift at her hometown and disappeared. A few days later, James was brushing his teeth in the bathroom when a call came through his phone. He rushed to check it. The moment he saw the caller ID, his body stiffened. It was Gift's brother. He immediately declined the call, carried his phone outside, and called back nervously, guilt eating him up. I noticed his sudden uneasiness, the restless way he moved around. I pretended not to notice. When he later went to bathe, I quietly took his phone and saved Gift's brother's number into mine. That same day, James told me he was traveling for an outside job and might not return home till the next day. In my mind, I hissed bitterly, "You think you're smart. Foolish man." 30 minutes after he left, I dialed the number I had saved. John, Gift's brother, answered immediately. When I introduced myself, his voice thundered, "Madam, your husband is wicked." I froze at his words. "What do you mean? What happened?" I asked carefully. John didn't hesitate. "James impregnated my sister, forced her into an abortion, and left her in pain, bleeding like an animal. Is that the kind of man you are living with?" I pretended to be shocked. "That's a terrible lie against my husband," I said, feigning disbelief. "All right," John replied coldly, "James is on his way to our village right now. When he gets here, I will record everything for you. You will hear it yourself." I agreed. Unknowingly to James, a trap had been set. Barely 1 hour and 30 minutes after he left home, he was already in their hometown. As soon as he arrived, John flashed my number, and when I called back, he left the phone line open. The voices that poured into my ear made my heart thump violently. Gift's mother's voice came first, sharp with anger and grief. "James, you will not see good in this life. God will punish you for ruining my daughter. You put her in the family way, aborted the child, and left her to suffer in agony. You wicked man." I could almost see James standing there, trembling, his pride collapsing. His voice shook when he finally spoke. I don't know what you are saying. I am not guilty of what you are accusing me of." Then, Gift's broken voice cut through the silence. She was crying, her words soaked with pain. "You know you slept with me almost every night. I told you I was not in my safe period, but you always forced drugs into me. Now I am pregnant, and you are denying me." James fell silent for a long moment. Then, defeated, he muttered, "Please, forgive me. It was the devil's handiwork. I know what I did, but I don't know what came over me." John's voice roared in disappointment. "James, you betrayed us. You were supposed to protect my sister, but instead you destroyed her. You are the thorn tied around her neck." Gift's mother rained curses again, her voice breaking with tears. James, helpless, dropped some money for them and left. They couldn't take the matter further. Poverty chained them, and shame silenced them. That night, James returned home pretending everything was fine. "Where did you go today?" I asked. "What type of question is that?" he barked. "I went to work, of course." "All right then," I said calmly. "Let's listen to this voice note. A friend sent it to me." James, curious, agreed. I deliberately started playing the recording from the part where he pleaded for forgiveness. His eyes widened in shock. He was frozen, unable to breathe. Then I replayed the recording from the beginning. He sat in silence, listening, unable to deny a single word. That entire night, he did not utter a sound. From that day, I never allowed a house help into my home again. I managed everything myself, planning my schedules wisely, prioritizing every task. That incident opened my eyes. It became my turning point. I refused him access to me. If he wanted sex, I demanded he use a condom, or I used a femidom. I no longer felt safe with him. His life was filthy, his habits reckless. He hated my restrictions, but he had no choice. 2 months later, during the children's long vacation, I got a teaching job at a mission school, the same school where Solomon was admitted into JSS 1. I also resumed my second degree. I completed it within 3 years, though every step was a struggle. Going to school often felt like walking with one leg while someone else dragged the other 3 back. Still, I endured. James's promiscuity worsened. He would disappear for weeks under the guise of business trips, only to lodge with different women. It wasn't funny, but I endured it all, for the sake of my children. Yet, what I could not endure was his violence. One morning, while preparing for school with Solomon and Zane, a quarrel erupted. We were already late when it began. Instead of hurrying to school, Solomon whispered to his younger brother, "Zane, stay back. Wait for Mum. If Dad starts beating her, call the neighbors." When I asked Zane why he was still home, he answered quietly, "Solomon said I should wait for you, in case Dad starts fighting you." My heart shattered into pieces. My children had grown used to expecting violence at any moment. Their innocence was bleeding in my marriage. Even now, the memory breaks me. Sometimes, I ask myself, was it because I married too early? Or because James lacked education? Or maybe because he lost his mother too young? I still don't know. But one thing was clear: James was insecure, intimidating, and consumed by inferiority complex. His jealousy was suffocating. One evening, I was in the parlor, using a dictionary while texting my siblings. James stormed in, furious. Purity, who are you chatting with? Why is there a dictionary by your side? He lunged at me, snatching my phone. I let him take it and slept in the sitting room. The next morning, he returned it, having found nothing. Everyone has a cross to bear. But abuse and betrayal in marriage are crosses that can bury you alive. As weeks turned to months, I developed thick skin. I stopped running to my parents for refuge. My burdens had already given my mother high blood pressure. I feared my marriage would kill her before its time. So, I carried the pain alone, far from family, hiding my wounds. Until one day, the worst happened. Episode 13 coming up.